Hello everybody and welcome back to Supermarket Simulator, where we have a new update to play with. The update went live this morning. It is version 0.2.1, so we're going to be checking out the things that have happened within this update. And there are a few new things. There's some customization, there's a new self-checkout we can have a look at as well, and a couple of other little things we will have to have a look at in this video. If you are a regular watcher of this series and you're thinking, have I missed a couple of episodes or so because now your store level is up to 98, you've got a lot more money than you did before, and the store looks kind of full and all changed around in there, you'd be right. We'll get to that after I've shown off the update. So I'll show off the update for the first 10 minutes or so of the video. Then we'll get into the normal video and I will explain what has happened between videos and what the future holds for the series. But to start with, we shall have a look at the updates. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is the customization of the storefront. So before, what we could do is now change the name, and we could move the entrance in any of these panels, more or less. So we can still do that, but we now have the option, if we're going to management, to change the entrance. So we can change how it looks out here. So it's pretty much from the beginning of the game always kind of had this similar style. Well, now you can have totally different styles. So you can have this one, it comes with an awning. The plants often change, and the position of the bikes often change as well. You notice here we've got places to put bikes in different colors, things like that. I think these are really, really nice. We're a bit limited on choice at the moment. I think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. So we're a bit limited on choice at the moment, but you would think this is only going to grow. So I'm quite happy with this. This is a very nice update. It gives your store a fresh look. And if you are, like a lot of people, maybe on your second or third playthrough of the game, and you really fancy, having a completely new looking store, you can do just that. I like the fact the windows change as well. It's not just like the color of the brickwork or anything. You actually do get different shaped windows. It just creates a different feel for the supermarket. I think I'm going to go with this one because it kind of suits the style of what we've going with already. So I'm going to choose this one. So let's approve that, and let's go and have a look at it outside. And I think that's quite nice. It's not overly different, this particular one, compared to the others, but we've now got some plants outside. I don't know if these lights are functional. I'm running the PermaDay mod because of lag and bits and pieces, so I don't know if we'll ever see those come on, even if they do. So they probably don't, but they're a nice feature, and I think it looks a smarter store now. I think it looks a bit nicer, and I like the fact the glass is now full panel, and yeah, it looks cleaner. So I like that. That's a good update. Hopefully there'll be more customization options, but I do like that. And it looks like these are also automatic doors. Now I don't think they work, because at the moment we're closed. So you think if they did work, they would be closed. So I don't think they work, but hopefully in future those automatic doors will close and open as customers come in and out of your store. But yeah, I like that. That's a good update to the game. The next update is, if we come into here, we've now got music player. Now to get this working, you have to purchase a speaker, which is here. If you purchase this speaker, which we will do, I won't be able to play you any music because YouTube, but I can at least show you it in some sort of action. So you'll need more than one. I have play tested this. So let's put this, you can put this anywhere. You can put this, I think, anywhere on the wall. I don't think you're supposed to be able to place it up there. I think it's because I'm running a mod where you can place things pretty much anywhere, but anywhere on a wall. So if we place this here, for example, you will need more than one. So when you play music from here, it's pretty loud when you're close to it, but if we were over here, it gets quieter and quieter and quieter until you can no longer hear it. If you go behind a shelf, again, the sound gets distorted like it would in real life. So you are going to need, if you want music all the way around your store, you're going to need to place, one there, maybe one there, one here. You're going to need to place them pretty evenly around the store to get a nice, even sound through the store, which is fairly realistic. I quite like that. Once you've placed it, you will come into music player, and then you could a whole choice of songs here. Now, I don't know if you went into the game files, you'll be able to put your own music in. Possibly. If not, I'm sure there'll be a mod or something for that coming fairly soon if you wish to change them. They're all pretty much soft jazz music, but there's a reasonable amount of different songs. We're still going through here. We've not got back to the beginning yet, so there's a reasonable amount of tracks there. I'll make sure that doesn't play because I don't want to get copyrighted for that. But yeah, it works actually really well. The songs aren't too bad either. I've listened to a couple of them. They're quite nice. They're quite soft. Good for like a supermarket game. And yeah, it works quite well. The speaker plays it quite nicely. It's quite loud. And as I say, it does disappear as you walk around the store as well. So it's quite realistic. So it is quite nice. That works quite well as well. So one of the next updates is... I might as well show you the Restockers. Now, I'll get into the Restockers in a little bit because it's why the episode has jumped forward quite a bit from where I was at my previous episode. But if you now hire them back again, because at the moment we don't have any, but if I was to hire them back, you can now see I have options. I can now tell them not to work, and I can tell them not to use or use unlabeled racks. So a big issue after the last update was that they would grab stuff from the curbside and just go and put it anywhere. If it was an unlabeled rack, they would just go and put it anywhere, right? And everybody's storeroom got all messed up, mine included. Unfortunately, at the moment, I can't test out... I mean, I could do if I went on a test profile, perhaps, but on this current playthrough of my series, I can't test this out because my restockers have just stopped picking stuff up from the curb. They walk up to it, and they look at it, and they don't pick it up anymore. It's a bug that I can't get rid of, so unfortunately, they don't pick stuff up from the curb for me anymore, so I just have to get it all store delivered or place it in there myself anyway. So I can't test out whether unlabeled racks actually works or not, but the stopping them from working, so if you want to rearrange your store, and before, if you started moving something off a shelf, lo and behold, 5 seconds later, a restocker would appear and be restocking that shelf. Wasn't ideal, so this is something that a lot of people have been calling out for, and it is now here, so you can tell them, hey, I don't want you to work right now, I'm rearranging, click this slider, and they will stop working. So that is really good, so we'll test that. We'll get all 4 back again. We'll test that, but unfortunately, yeah, I don't think I can test the unlabeled racks at the moment. So what else have we got? We have, in the market, we now have some signs, which we will play with and put up as well. I did have a mod that did signs, but it doesn't look anywhere near as good as this. So this, I think, will be really nice. So we'll get some of these, and we'll also get some of these self-checkouts. So I'm going to buy... I'm just going to buy the one for now, because I think I might need to rearrange a little bit to have some self-checkouts. We'll get the one, and we'll get a sign as well. We'll have a little test of them. Okay, the restockers are actually kind of doing something, and he's stopped. Oh no, he's coming back. Okay. Didn't think there was anything to do in store, so I'm not sure what he's just been doing. All right, let's have a look at this sign. So this is like pet food. So presumably... Oh, nice. Oh, this is good. This is good. This works quite nicely. So if we put this like above there. And then... Oh, nice. So you can choose... Oh, very nice. This works nice. I like this. So you can choose what type of thing it is. So pet food, I guess, would come under... I guess like a household thing, maybe? There's not really a sign for pet food. Do you think there'd be like a dog or something on it, wouldn't you, or a cat? Yeah, I don't think any of the icons really match up. So we'll go with... I mean, I guess it's food, really. But we'll go with... I guess we'll just go with the books. Unfortunately, there's no logo for pet food. We'll put it in our color. We'll put the text color. That yellow will do, and we'll just go with pet food. I'm not sure why it sent me outside for that. Kind of weird. Sounds like it sprayed it on there. I'm not sure why we got pinged outside by typing that in, but the sign works. And it actually looks really, really good. I might move it slightly because if you were walking in here, you can't actually read it. So I'll probably face it like that. I like it. I like it. That works really nicely as well. So far, this has been a good update to the game. It has been a really good update. All of these things work. And I think they have made quite a difference. That's a nice bit of customization there. So let's test out Well, at least let's place the self-checkout. I have no idea how this works. Presumably, you just place it and let them go. Unfortunately, our store isn't really set up for having a self-checkout section. Move you up a little bit, I guess. I think for now, I might just put it there. So we've just got the one for now. You can come in here. So I want to see somebody use this. So what we're going to do is we're going to open and we're going to see if somebody uses it. So while we're waiting for customers, I think that might be it for the updates. Yes, it is. That's all the update has within it. But I mean, that's a fairly good update. Unfortunately, they have said that they will now focus on fixing the bugs and fixing the restockers. I'd have quite liked the restockers to have been fixed. You know, I like the sign and I like the new storefront. I would quite like it if my restockers worked properly, because that is the reason why, if you're a regular viewer of this series, it feels like you've missed 2 or 3 episodes. It's because of the restockers. But we'll get into that. If I close everybody's checkouts, that will force them to use the self-checkout, won't it? So then at least we'll get one customer in here. I want to see how they work. I want to see how quick they are. Whether it's worth selling off a couple of your own checkouts and having these instead. Let's have a look. Okay, they put it through fairly quickly. I don't know if that's because I have the better Cashier mod and it's interacting that with them. Oh, they work really well. It's a smooth process. We still get points as well, so I like that. And they don't take up as much room either. So, you know, if you want like quite a small, intimate kind of store, if you don't want like a massive supermarket, you know, these can take up quite a bit of room. But you can have 3 or 4 of these for, you know, the space of 2 of those. You can have 4 of these. So I think I'm going to sell one of my checkouts because that's working so well that I think I'm going to sell this guy. Which is a bit unfortunate for him, but your time has come. You've been replaced by technology. I'm going to open you, though, and I'm going to open you. We might have to fire him because he's taken my spot, but we'll see. You can close this as well. I'm going to do that now. Sorry, so you're almost finished, but I want your thing, right? They're going to queue there, aren't they? So if we put the self-checkouts, we have one there. I think I might get another 1 or 2. Might as well get 2, hadn't we? We can go mirrored. So if we get a mirrored one, and then a regular one again, I'm thinking they will... I'm not sure. We'll have a look. I want to see how these look. It's the main part of this. Alright, so if I put that one there, maybe? Where's the mirrored one? So presumably the mirrored one has the bags on the other side. Like that. They're quite good. I quite like those. Let's open this one up. Yeah, I quite like those. I think they're also going to deal with a lot more of the customers. So, you know, towards the end of the day where you've still got like 30 customers in store and you're struggling to get through them all, I don't think that's going to be a problem with these self-checkouts. I think that's quite a nice update. And it's cheaper as well. So they cost 900. So they're more expensive, but they are cheaper to... well, I don't know, actually. They're about 500, aren't they? I think the cashier costs... So I think it's still cheaper to have a cashier, isn't it? But you still have to pay them a daily wage. So over time, it's cheaper to... You fire... What have we fired? I want you to go and work somewhere else. Checkout is closed. I know it's closed. Let me pick this up, get rid of him. Why didn't he go and work over there? He should have gone and worked over there. Let's box it up. Okay, he's gone to work over there now. We'll have my checkout back. Yeah, it's cheaper to have those then, long term. So you know when you're starting the game, if you save up and get 900, you can have one of those. You don't have the daily outgoings of an employee. And I think they are faster. Like I say, I don't know if that's because I'm still running the Better Cashier mod, so I don't know if the speed is adjusted. But I think they are better than the actual cashiers. Okay, well, we've got a customer to serve, so let's serve our customer. And now we've got the update out of the way, I can explain what has been going on between videos. So, towards the end of the last video, I was probably about here somewhere in terms of moving the store around, getting the right colours. That's what I was doing, wasn't it? I was getting the right colours of shelving after the previous update, and everything had gone back to being just basic colours. £152.15. I'm just going to close while I explain, actually. So, yeah, we got up to about here somewhere. I was busy moving stock from shelf to shelf and trying to make sure everything was in the blue color we wanted it, wasn't I? So that's what I was doing. And I did a bit of that off camera. Probably did about, I want to say 20 to 25 in-game days, actually moving stuff around, because I just let the game run. So I thought we might as well earn money while I'm doing this. So we're earning some money while I was doing this, and I was shifting stuff around. And I got to about here somewhere, and I thought, right, well, I'll bring you back for another episode, and we'll do it from about here, because we had this, the freezers and fridges to do, I think. So I thought, well, we'll just have a little bit to do, because you don't need to see me, you know, for an hour or so, move stock from one shelf to another. You know, you don't need to see that. So I started the episode, and about 5 minutes in, the Restockers decided to stop working. Pretty usual by now that they'll do something like that. You know, they'll stand and they'll just do nothing, or they'll go and hold a box somewhere, or they'll go outside and they won't do anything. Usual stuff. So I fired them, rehired them. They started working again. No problem. Great. So I carried on with the episode for another 5 minutes, and then they stopped again. Okay, well, this is getting annoying now, but I'll fire them again, rehire them. Only this time, I fired them, and they rehired holding their boxes that they were fired with, a bit like they're doing there. But they stood outside, and they just wouldn't get back to work. So I had to fire them again, managed to get them reworking. The whole episode was basically me firing and rehiring Restockers. It was, you know, it was getting on to the point where I'd been doing it for about half an hour, and it was getting irritating. And so I think the video just wasn't going to be a very good video. So I thought, well, I'm not having that. I'm not putting that out. It was just me getting irritated by the fact I kept having to fire and rehire Restockers because they just weren't working anymore. By that point, I'd done the freezer section already, and I think I was onto the fridges. So it's not like you've missed a lot. So then I decided, well, I'll try again. I'll make another episode. Same thing happened again, partway through that episode, and it just got to the point where it was just becoming impossible, and they just weren't working at all, and we had almost no stock on the shelves whatsoever. Fortunately, they seem to be working at the moment, but for how long? Who knows? The Restockers have just been so intermittent the last couple of... Well, the last week or so of me playing the game in real life, the last few days in-game, I suppose, they've been so intermittent, it's made the game hard to play, because there's no way when the store gets to this size, I can keep on top of restocking it. I don't even know where everything is in the storeroom anymore. It's so messed up in there, it's impossible. So, yeah, it left me with a bit of an issue, and I thought, well, you know what? We're coming towards the end of this supermarket. So I thought, well, I'll do one more episode, like a big finale. And I did. I recorded an hour-long episode, a finale episode, where we finished the supermarket, which is why we are now. The supermarket is finished. Granted, I didn't quite make it to store level max, so I guess we can do that in this video. yeah, I finished the episode. We have all the product licenses now. I'll go through those and I'll show what we have and what we don't have. Well, what we have, I suppose. We have everything now. I'll show off what we have in a moment, and we'll go through everything. But yeah, the game is finished. And unfortunately, it's sort of finished not the way I wanted it to finish. I wanted it to finish in, you know, I wanted us to get those final licenses and do the thing. But I mean, I was doing that, but unfortunately, it ended up being off camera because I just could not get the restockers to work properly. And the amount of time it took me to try and... I mean, I could knock the save back and restart again and do things like that, but I thought it's just going to keep happening. And I think this supermarket is about finished. I mean, we were basically towards the end anyway. At the end of the last episode, we had 3 licenses to buy. As soon as I had the money for that, the game was done. And it's just where we are now. So, what does that mean going forward? Well, it does mean that this episode, despite this episode having an update in it, and a fairly good update at that, it does mean that this is the final episode of the series. So of the running series of Supermarket Simulator, this is the final episode. It's not the final Supermarket Simulator video you'll see on the channel. Whenever there is an update like this one, or you know, if the next one that comes along, I think the next one that comes along is only going to be for bug fixes, so I probably won't showcase that one. But the next time there's a big update that introduces speakers or different shop fronts or maybe some different colors, it'd be nice. I'd like to see customization of the colors of your checkouts because we're all blue in here. I would like these to be blue. So hopefully that will come at some point as well. But the next time there's a fairly big update or a game feature update, I should say, the next time that happens, I will make a video on that update. When the game has got to a point where most of the features are released, if not all of the features are released, even if it's still in early access, because sometimes, I mean, some games never leave early access, do they? I think My Summer Car might still be in early access, like 8 years later, or 9 years later, however long it's been out, even though the game is basically finished. When the game is at that point, so either it hits full release or it is basically finished but just sort of awaiting full release, I will do another playthrough, and we will do a supermarket from scratch, starting again from the small little shop you start with, right up to what we are now, using all the new, and hopefully there'll be a lot more by then as well, using all the new shelving, all the new freezers and fridges and all that kind of stuff, and have a full, totally different design as well. It won't be like this. This is fairly formulaic. Aisle. We'll probably do something crazy or maybe a bit more creative than we've done here. We'll do different colors. It'll be a different supermarket, and we'll test out all the new stuff that's hopefully come by that point as well, along the roadmap. So I don't know when that will be. This update has caught me by surprise. So I recorded that update. I recorded the video, sorry, what was going to be the final video yesterday. And then today, the update came out, and I was going on my computer to edit the video, and I looked at Steam and suddenly saw Supermarket Simulator was updating from out of nowhere. I didn't see any warning for this update. It just dropped from out of nowhere, and I thought, okay, well, if there's an update, I'll have a look at it, and if it's good enough, which it seemed like it was, I'll remake the final episode, and we'll show off the update. So that's what we're doing now. So yeah, this is the final update of the series, or the final video of the series. It's not the final video ever, but it's the final one of any kind of regular content for Supermarket Simulator, because there just isn't enough content. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with this update, and it is still an early access game. You can't go, well, you know, I wish there was this, and that. It's still early access. The developer's probably still got quite a small team, you know, and, you know, it does take time. That's an unfortunate side effect of early access, is games release a year before they're kind of really finished. And that's just the nature of early access. It's what you have to expect. And I think we've reached the end of our early access journey. Because, yes, you could watch me for another episode putting these, and I really do like these signs. You could see me for another episode putting these signs up, and we'll probably do a few to finish this episode. You could see me putting some signs up for another episode or two. I can stand around selling stuff for a couple of episodes, but there's no more progression. We've We could get the store larger, but I really don't see the point because we have all of the products on the shelves, finished, you know, with I don't need the extra space. It's completely irrelevant. The only reason to have it would be to have aisles the size of this everywhere. So yeah, we've finished. We've got all the products, so we have finished the game. The only thing to do is to try and get store level max. To be honest with you, I'm not that bothered about getting store level max. I will be when we get the full on release of the game. Maybe I'll go for store level max there. There's not really anything telling me, you know what, you really need to get store level max. So we'll see if we get there by the end of this video. We might do. If we do, great. If we don't, we don't. What's going on here? Is there an empty box? Why is there an empty box on the floor there? So that's some of the problems I've been having with the Restockers, I think. And I think it's the Restockers that have taken some of the enjoyment out of the game recently as well, because they're so frustrating to work with. And they're actually performing really well at the moment. I don't know if there has been something within this patch. It didn't say it in the patch notes, and it the developer made a big thing of saying, I'm aware of the Restocker bugs. I will be fixing them in the next update. That's what we're focusing on now. I do wonder, though, if they have been marginally fixed or smoothed out a little bit at the moment. I did try, because they don't pick stuff up from the curbside for me. I did try that. They still don't. So that's not working for me. But they haven't sort of frozen or stopped since we got them working, which is interesting. Now, one thing we haven't tried is to stop any of them working. So, got two there. Where are the others? The others in store? 1, 2. I say they're all working. We do have... I say they're working, but I'm pretty sure only 2 of them are currently here. So where have the other 2 restockers gone? There's 2. So we have... Did I hire all 4, or did I only hire 2? I'm pretty sure I hired all 4. I did indeed. So they're not working, is what we've established there. This is the sort of thing that's just been so frustrating, trying to make those other videos. And this sort of thing happens. And yeah, it's been happening to the point where it's getting quite annoying. So that's another reason this series is kind of ending now. Once this all gets fixed, there's a restocker there. There's one. Is that the same one that went that way? I think it is. Yeah, it is. So we've only got 2 restockers, which is annoying. So I was going to... Well, we can still test it, I suppose. Just don't know which one's which. Let's stop working. Let's stop all 4 from working and see what happens. So he should just walk outside now. It's a bit like the pause restockers mod. Hello, we've got a third restocker back. Okay, so once you've stopped them from working, one of them's come back. We're still missing one of them for some reason, but we have 3 now. So they do stop. So that is brilliant because, I mean, you could use the pause restocker mod, but if you don't play with mods, or even if you do play with mods, it's nice to have it in the game. You know, one day when I play at the end, when this game gets full released, I really, really hope that I don't have to use any mods. I probably will use the texture mod for products because I like having realistic products on the shelves, and there's no way the developer can do that because it would cost the developer all the money that the developer has made on the game. It would probably cost him all of that to get maybe one of these licenses. So there's no way the developer's ever going to put real products in the game. But with mods you can, and you know, I don't think that really changes the game. But all the other things I hope actually just make it into the game. That's interesting. So he just dropped that box and decided to walk outside, maybe? So he didn't go and put it back on the shelf. Unless that's one of the ones... Maybe that's the mysterious restocker that disappeared that did that. Let's have a look to see if... They've all gone back to work, so I think we've got 3 again. Yeah, it looks like they just dropped the boxes and walked out. It's a bit weird. And we're now back to having just 2 again. I don't know what happened to the third one. So, yeah. Oh, there he is. Okay, so we do have 3. So, yeah, we have got issues. Anyway, I'm going to walk you around the store and show you what has changed from the videos before we get on with today, because I have talked for quite a while there. So I think all of this is basically the same. I've gone back to using pallets purely because if I'm going to make this the final episode, which I am, it doesn't really matter if this breaks in a future update down the line somewhere, because we're going to be starting a brand new supermarket down the line. So it doesn't really matter whether I use them here or not. So I've gone back to using them because I like them. I think they work more efficiently than the shelving, and obviously you can get more on, and it looks better too, I think. So we've gone back with those. We've also got pallets outside with the potatoes on as well. So we've got toothpaste now, which we didn't have unlocked before. This is now the bakery section. So the bakery section used to be over here with the bread. But this aisle felt a little bit empty. I didn't want like a wall of cake, all the same brand. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to put the bakery section on here. And I think that works quite well. So we've got bakery here, we've got biscuits, and then we've got cake. And then on this side, we've got chocolates, and then we've got crisps, and then we've got Ritz crackers because they kind of fit in with this aisle. So this confectionery, cake, and baking aisle, I think it all works well on one aisle. So that's quite good. Over here, we now have tea and coffee over here, and the milk below, which I think works quite well. Then we've got Marmite, Nutella, and honey on the end there, which I think works. Over here, we've only got the one rice these days anyway, so I've got rice, soup, Yorkshire pudding mix, stuffing, and then we've got the nacho kits, oils, table sauces, etc. They're all on here, so I think that works quite nicely as an aisle as well. We've expanded the alcohol section because we got some new alcohol in the last, I think it was the last license to get, had more alcohol in it, which was Carling. We had a couple more wines to have on here as well. I think we had some Jack Daniels and some Gordon's gin, which is not in a green bottle, but it's Gordon's gin. And we also had this Stella keg as well. So the alcohol section got expanded a little bit. I didn't change the flooring, probably should have done, but yeah, it got expanded a little bit. So that's all that finished. Over here we have sugars, and then we have cereals on the end here. We've got porridge and 3 different types of cereal too. Chicken, I would like the chicken all to be in sort of one freezer, but I don't know if the more freezer mod is back up and running again, but until it is, this is the way to do it, I guess. So then we've got some other bits and pieces. That's interesting. That is the stock in-game ice cream. So that was, I believe, cola-flavored Calippo when I recorded the video yesterday. Not today, however. So that texture's gone weird. Presumably it does something within it doesn't work with the new update. Everything else seems... No, they've changed as well. So all of these things have changed back to the stock ones for some reason. So they're broken slightly, those textures. Haven't noticed that. They're the only textures that seem to be broken. I think these were chicken dippers and something else similar to that. And that was just like a green giant veg or something. Interesting. So most of the textures are fine, but some of them are not working quite as they should be. Do that. Do cheese anyway. We've got down here we have meat. So this is like raw meats. Then we have fish, and then we have cooked meat and ready meals. Then we've got yogurts, butter, cheeses and dips and eggs. And then we've got our gaming section in the corner here. We've got our Switch games to start us off with. We've got PS5 games, we've got Steam games, and then we've got we've got Chewy. We've got a Chewbacca toy on the end here for fun. Unfortunately, we're out of stock of Supermarket Simulator, which goes on the end there. We now sell Supermarket Simulator. If you've not played Supermarket Simulator before, go and check it out. It's a lot like the game I'm playing right now. Very, very similar to this. So go and check it out if you've not already played it. You can buy it in my store for a fraction of the price of this game, I think. I say a fraction, it's probably about the same price. I've no idea where these pasties are supposed to go, so they're having a shelf of their own just there. All right, I think we need to buy a bit more stock. Let's see. Yeah, we could do with some more wine. We'll buy a couple of those. The refill all mod at the moment doesn't seem to be working. So if you click that, it will fill up your shopping cart with everything you can fit in your storeroom, and you can just buy it. I don't use it often, but yeah, at the moment that doesn't work. And the store delivery doesn't have a thing on it to tick whether you want it or not. It just happens. So it's okay. Like that, but yeah, they are affected by this update as well. But everything else seems to be working fine. I've not noticed any other issues. Let's buy a couple of boxes of those. We're doing okay for stock, I think. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's been worse, that's for sure. It was worse when the restockers just stopped working altogether, and I just could not get them working again at all. The stock situation went very crazy because I lost basically everything in store. So then I had to replace everything in store, which then meant the stock in the storeroom went really low as well. We'll just buy a few of those things. Should do us. Purchase. Some might end up on the curb, because unfortunately I can't see whether... Only 2 boxes, that's not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. Right, let's open up. I think we might have a couple more days. Do we need any of these actually in here? Because that would be handy if we did. Not many, unfortunately. Go and find a spot for these. Yeah, Alright, they can go... We must have an empty spot somewhere for a burrito. The problem is I don't know what they used to be. Because I didn't used to have burritos. So I don't know what product... I don't know the original product they were supposed to be, and I don't know what they're the product replacing my other UK products. So I'm at a complete loss. I go down there. That'll be fine. Right. Get to... let's get to work, shall we? I ought to move that box off the floor, didn't I? It's potato waffles. How are we doing for potato waffles? Yeah, if we're going to make this the final episode, I might as well do some work and actually serve behind the counter. And if you are somebody that's, and I know a lot of you have, joined the channel because of Supermarket Simulator, whether you saw, you know, my mod video or something and it brought you to the channel, or whether you've just enjoyed the series, I know it's brought quite a lot of you in. The numbers have all gone up because of this game. Yeah, it's been great to have you along. Hopefully you'll stick around and watch some of the other games that I play, and we'll have some fun doing various different games and things as well along our journey, and hopefully you'll stick around for those. And if not, fair enough. You know, I understand that sometimes you like watching somebody play a certain game, and maybe you're not into some of the other games they play, and that's fine. I don't mind. But if you want to stick around, that would be appreciated as much as nice to have you along for the journey. I do play similar games to this as well. At the moment, I'm playing Factory Outlet Simulator. Is the sort of main series on the channel at the moment, which is a similar game, really. Only you make your stock there. So you make your stock and you sell it to your customers. We've just made a brand new, bigger store in the latest episode of that. So I've redesigned the whole store there. I've got some stuff to make. But you can also sell wholesale and things as well. So I've been playing a lot of that recently, and that game is seeing a lot of updates. I really struggle to keep on top of that game. The developer of that game has 2 or 3 updates a week sometimes. It's a lot. I can't keep up with it. Every video I put out is usually out of date before it hits the air. And sometimes I've recorded it the previous day, and it's already out of date. So yeah, I'm playing a lot of that lately, and then hopefully we're going to start some new series on the channel as we go through September. I've got my eye on a couple of games that we're going to be trying out, so we'll see what's to come. Yeah, hopefully you'll stick around and join me for those. But thank you for watching the series, by the way. Like, this whole main series is still one of the better watched things on the channel. Even now, after I think we've been playing this since about March. So maybe if not before. It's been one of the better watched series on the channel anyway. So thank you for watching the series and enjoying the series. It's sad that I'm having to end my regular play of this, but yeah, we'll just reach the end. It's one of those things. We've reached the end. It's time to finish it. Yeah, and hopefully the developer... I mean, there's no sort of time scale for updates, as today's update has proved. You know, today's update came from out of the blue, really. I'd not heard any information on any updates at all, and then all of a sudden an update drops. That's too much change. There you go. So who knows? But yeah, whether it's 6 months' time or whether it's a year's time, we will come back and we will have another go, and we will have another supermarket at some point. Thank you. Right, can we reach max level before the end of the video? Unlikely, I would say. Unlikely. We're just about at the end of the word store. So that's getting towards just under a quarter. So it's unlikely, because we probably need to do another 4 days or so. We will see. We'll see. I plan on taking this video a little bit longer than usual. Because we were checking out the update at the beginning and stuff like that. Yeah, the music, though, going back to the music, that does work. Like I said, that works really well. You obviously you only have jazz music at the moment. I'm pretty sure there'll be a mod, probably within a couple of weeks, that will allow you to put your own music in. Or it might even be just as simple as finding the files in the game somewhere and just replacing them with your own MP3s. So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to put your own music in the game at some point. But it plays really nicely. I found it quite realistic as I walked around the store. It did go from my left ear to my right ear, and as I walked down an aisle, it went faint. So you do need to position your speakers well. I wonder if one day they'll have a... Because at the moment, I think that's purely for the player. I wonder if it will have a positive impact on the customers. I wonder if they will spend more money. Hang on a second, we've gone completely wrong here. £48 and 5. I wonder if they'll spend more money because they're happier, because they're listening to music. And if you don't have the music playing, maybe they don't spend as much or dislike the supermarket a little bit. I'd like to see that sort of thing come in. I think I've mentioned that before, a long time ago. If you had some sort of approval rating, you had to keep good faith with your customers to try and outdo the other local supermarkets. Because at the moment it feels a bit like we're the only supermarket in town kind of thing. So that's why they all come to us. It'd be nice if we had to kind of work for their custom, you know? If we had to advertise, if we had to have sales on, if we had to have a nice looking store, or you know, just do things that to outdo the competition would be nice. The money's building up quite well, though, isn't it? Over to 72,000 now. You do start raking it in. I noticed when, I don't know, I got to like store level 95 or 94, 95 or something, and you started getting 120 customers a day. You start raking in like 10 grand a day quite easily and quite regularly as well. Yes, every other day or so you have to spend 3,000 to 6,000 on stock, but you're still making so much money. It's at the very end game, you start making all the money that you wish you could make early in the game. You start making at the very end when you don't even need it, because I've got nothing more to buy. Other than stock, I have nothing to buy. No licenses. As I say, I don't need to make the store bigger. The wages and stuff are quite low. 118.80. See, he's going through the... for one more time, he's going through the storeroom to get out. Wouldn't be Supermarket Simulator if he didn't bend the rules, would it? All right, are we done for the day? I think we're done for the day. Don't think the restockers are staying on top of the Did she just walk in? Oh, we were closed ages ago. Yeah, I don't think they're keeping on top of keeping the stock at a good level, are they? So I don't know where to get some more. The problem is I could use the more restockers. But what I've found recently, even with the in-game restockers, what I've found is they follow each other around with a box. So they'll all pick up, say the honey needs restocking. They'll all pick the honey up and follow each other. And only one of them kind of unloads the honey because he gets there first. And then they all walk back to put the boxes away. So you're not really gaining anything. Do they always pay card here? That's what I'm wondering. Or do they pay cash as well? I've only seen them use the card, which, yeah, it's pretty standard practice, really. It'd be nice if they actually had put money in here, wouldn't it? And actually had to slide it in and let it suck it in. That'd be good. Right, how we do then? 118 customers. We made, yeah, 11,000, look. Even with our supply costs at the beginning, we still made 7 grand. So you do start making a lot of money at the end. I wonder if the economy, hopefully it will actually, be slightly adjusted at some point. What was the other thing? I wasn't even looking there. Never mind. Habit of a lifetime. Right, before we open for the final day, I think I'll just do one more day. I am going to buy some more signs. I'm going to fire the restockers as well, and then I'm going to rehire them all, and hopefully all 4 of them will start working. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to buy, though, some more signage. So for our final day, at least, we will have some signs. We'll have a nice looking... We'll have a nice looking thing. They stack a lot better. I've noticed that. When I've been buying stuff, just testing it out before I started making the video, things are stacking a bit better. I wonder if that's been patched as well. So let's... We've not got anywhere near enough signs. I don't believe, but we can have a sign there. We can have a sign on this aisle as well. I think I'll just go 1 sign per aisle rather than a couple of signs an aisle. We'll just go with 1 per aisle and have a general name for stuff. I do like these signs though. It's a shame they were in the game before. I think they dressed the store up quite nicely. They're better than the modded signs. I will say that. Those modded signs that we had, they were nice, but they weren't... I wonder how much you can fit on a sign. Do you think we can put, like, all of our frozen goods on there? Probably not. Yeah, they didn't look the best, did they? They were nice to have, but they didn't look anywhere near as good as these. Right, so this is sort of toilet paper generally, isn't it? So toilet paper, and we'll go with /cleaning. Okay, so that's as much as you can get. So we'll just go with toilet paper then. And we'll go with that sign, and we'll go with that colour. Yeah, we'll just go with toilet paper for now. Interestingly, it didn't beam me outside like it did the first time. That was really weird when it did that. We'll call this... I don't know, call this snacks, or should we call this confectionery? Confection... Is it Airy or Ari? I'll have confectionery. Then this one's kind of everything, really, isn't it? Tea, coffee, spreads, bit of everything. I guess it's kind of none of those. I think the icons need changing. I think we need to have more icons. I guess it's close to that, I suppose. We want that color, and we want that. We'll call this tea, coffee. I don't know what we could call this stuff. Dried goods, maybe? We'll just have to have dried, because it's kind of dried. There we go. So, tea, coffee, and dried goods. Over here, we'll have cereals. Done that the wrong way around, haven't I? There we go. So, we want... Do we have a cereal? Not really, do we? I guess that first one could be. Cereal. I'm just going to put freezer for here, I think. Do we have a frozen food icon? Yes, we do. I'm just going to put frozen because there's too much variety here to put on the... I don't want to just be making signs for the rest of the episode. Frozen. We'll leave that with the fridges. We'll just have a few signs. We won't go all the way. And then we'll call this alcohol. Alcohol. Okay, I think that is done with the signs. Oh, it does say it on both sides as well. That's good. I was wondering that, actually, whether it actually said on both sides of the sign what it is. I really do like those signs. They've done a good job with those. All right, let's open for the final time of this series. Of this playthrough of Supermarket Simulator, we are opening for the final time. Who's our first customer? Our first customer on our final day at the last resort. Our second customer got a box to the head. Something's never changed. Have we got back to 4 restockers? And I fired and rehired. I know we've got 2 here, and I saw 1 going the other way. He's now outside. I still think we're on 3. Oh no, 4. We are on 4. Okay, so we have 4. That's good. So at least we're at full staff. That's good. Right. Make sure I'm still open, because I do want to serve some people on our last day. In fact, this could be our first customer of our final day at work. Good day, sir. That'll be £31 and 4 pence. Thank you. We're going to have a special promotion on whoever our last customer is. We're going to have a special promotion on for them. For them only. None of the others. But for our final customer, whoever that may be is going to have a special promotion. They don't know it yet. It'll be complete luck of the draw. They won't know it's them. But our final customer is going to get a very, very special surprise. For being our final customer. at the last resort. I do like these, though. These self-checkouts, I do like these. These are going to be very useful. When we start again and we have our new supermarket, and the supermarket's really small, and you don't want to necessarily pay for that expansion because it's a lot of money, I think they're going to be quite useful because you can get a couple of those in instead of one of these. And you'll be able to get more customers through. Not that it's usually that busy at that end when you start the game. Remember the old days where you get like 10 customers on a good day? 161, 62. In fact, I still remember my second day, I think it was, of this playthrough where I didn't get any customers that day. There was a bug early on in the game and we didn't get any customers whatsoever for a day. $117.22. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on who our final customer is going to be. So I don't want to serve them too early. So I think when it gets to about 8 o'clock, even if it means they have to stand here for an hour, I'm sure my surprise for them will be worth it. Hopefully, anyway. Good day, sir. Happy day in the Matrix. That'll be £32 change for you. £32 change. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, so as I said, obviously you know by now that this is the last episode of the series. As I say, I will do one-off videos here and there when there is an update to the game, or if there's, I mean, I doubt there will be, but if there is a really, really good mod that I come across and I see it and I think, you know what, a lot of people would probably like to use that mod, I'll showcase it. So I'll do little things like that from time to time, but I mean, they'll be as regular as the updates are. So who knows when they will be. And I won't do update videos for just small updates. So if the restockers get patched, it'll be wonderful. But I probably won't do a showcase video testing them or anything like that because it's a very small patch. So I won't need to do a video on that. But I'll do other ones along the way. And then when the game is finished, we will return. So in the future, we will return. And we will do a new supermarket. £126.20. Okay, we're getting towards the sort of end of the day, where because we've got those self-checkouts, as well as our own 2 cashiers over there, we're getting towards that point where we might end up having our final customer already in the queue. £204.55, thank you. £14.85. 10 pence change, thank you. £32.95, thank you. Alright, she might be the last one. I'm going to serve her, though. I don't think she is. I think we'll get one more. £117.45. If we don't, I'll close one of the other tills. We're still getting people, aren't we? So £43.50. Alright, I'm going to serve you, but that's it. I'm going to not serve anybody now. I want to make sure we don't already serve our final customer. Who is our final customer going to be? I think it's possibly this guy. Oh, no. Or it might be, but he's... Yeah, it's going to be that guy, maybe. 5 pence. You came too early. Ooh, so did you. Ah, you're going to be kicking yourself when you find out what the surprise is. Right, you wait there. You might be my last ever, well, not last ever, but last ever customer for the last resort. We'll probably have different... No, you're not. You came too early as well. Oh, what a competition this is. £2 and 22 pence. It's going to be, I think it's going to be you. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, you're all coming to the till too early. Oh, no, she no-sold us there. She got a drink instead. She tricked us. Right. Hold on there, madam. You could be my last customer at the last resort. You're going to have to wait, though. It'll be worth it, I promise. You just wait there. Feel free to start on your wine. Alright, are we going to get anybody else coming to us? I don't think so. I think they'll go to everybody else but me. The self-checkouts are popular. They're very popular. I think they... I don't know what the sort of... I don't know how it's scripted, how many people come to each one, but I wish they would... Hopefully they will as well. They'll grow some sense, and they won't stand in a queue when there's clearly places open. We've got more customers. You're not the final customer. It's a good job you didn't start on that wine. Oh dear, look at this. You bought loads of stuff as well. You're going to be kicking yourself. You just spent £196. You weren't the last customer. Oh dear. £176.30. Oh dear. You're going to be kicking yourself as well. Right, I think you're my final customer. I think you are. I'm not going to serve you just yet because I was wrong before. But I think you are. Because I can see 3 over there. I think there's 1 other walking around the store. Maybe not. Nope, that's the last customer. You're finishing off there by yourself. Our last ever customer at the last resort. Here we go. It's not even that expensive. I'm glad you're paying cash, by the way, because otherwise this would not work. I didn't actually think that through. I forgot to consider that. But you are getting your shopping for free. That's right, you're getting your shopping for free. You don't want any change. I'm going to give you 100. Actually, no. I'm going to give you 200. So you've given me 109. So you're getting 91 or 100 and... Yeah, you're getting 91, aren't you? You're getting £91 basically back. And you're shopping for free. Enjoy! She just walked away with £91. She didn't even say thank you. £91 for being the last customer and her shopping for free. If she didn't hand over her money already, she'd have had £200, but it can't be helped. And that is it. We are done. We are closed. We'll have a look at our final day, which was horrendously bad, but we still made a lot of money. We still made 10 grand. You see what I mean about at the end of the day, it's just, when you get to the end of the game, you're just making so much money. It's, yeah. Anyway, I do like the new updates, but that is it. From the last resort, I see one of our restockers is taking a souvenir with him for the next supermarket. Although, I'm going to leave them working here. They'll probably work here forever. We'll have different ones for our new supermarket, maybe. But yeah, they've all got a souvenir. They've all got a souvenir. I don't know where the 4th one is, whether he'll have a souvenir as well. He has! They've all got a souvenir from their last day at work at the last resort. Let's go and say goodbye. Goodbye, restockers. I would say it's been a pleasure, but you've actually been a real pain. So it's not that much of a thing. But I'm glad to see you've all got a souvenir from the last resort. Congratulations. Bye-bye, cashier number 2 and cashier number 1. My faithful cashiers, you've actually done really well. Across the road, make sure we don't get run over. Yeah, but that is it from the last resort. The next time we have a series running supermarket, it will not be the last resort. It'll be something else entirely, and it'll look different and be different. And hopefully everything will work really well and there'll be loads of new features and stuff to try. And when that day comes, we will start that supermarket. But until then, thank you for watching this series. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you've enjoyed this video too. If you have, leave the video a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you for another video very soon.